For review number 2, number 1 says the area of a rectangular coffee table is given by the trinomial x squared plus 5x minus 14. If you know the length is x plus 7, can you find the table's width? And so first I want to just go ahead and factor this problem. And I notice that it is just regular x factor because there is a 1 in front of x squared. So I would say 1 times negative 14 is negative 14. I'm trying to get to 5. So 14, my factors, which pair of factors can make a 5? Has to be 2 and 7. I have to think about this. It's like, where does the subtraction sign go? So I told you guys earlier that if you always put the smallest number first, these signs have to match. So they're both positive, making the 2 negative. So 7 minus 2 is 5. And so my factors are x minus 2 and x plus 7. I know that x plus 7 was already the length. Okay, I already have that one. So my width is x minus 2. So D. In number 2, it says the area of a rectangular serving tray is 7x squared plus 5x minus 18. The width of the tray is 7x minus 9. What is the length of the tray? And so if I look at this, I've got x factor with bottoms up because this number is bigger than 1. So I multiply 7 and negative 18, and I get negative 126. And I need to get to the 5. So I look to see which pair could make 5. And 9 and 14 can. So again, this side has to match signs, so they're both positive, making 9 negative, so 14 minus 9 is 5. I write it in factored form. Then, that first number 7, I want to divide by that number. So here, I cannot divide, I cannot reduce, so I just bring the bottom up. And then here, I can divide evenly and get 2. And so I already know I had 7x minus 9 in my problem, and I had to find the other length, which was x plus 2. So A. Alright, number 3. It says factor completely, and that means find a GCF. Okay? So first, what number can divide into all of these numbers evenly? And that would be 2. And I also am going to take an x out because I see that there's an x in every term. So I take the 2x out and I divide. Now, I also know that that 2x has to be in my answer. So it couldn't be that's 2x squared. That's not right. There's 2x. 3x, that can't be it. So by default, right now, my answer is B. But let's say you had 2 of these as 2x. How would you solve it? So you would divide and subtract exponents. Divide again. Subtract. Negative 30 divided by 2 is negative 15, and 1 minus 1 is 0. We don't write x. So right here, inside of the parentheses, I have to do x factor. And so 1 times negative 15, trying to get to 2. Factors of 15, 3 and 5. So 5 minus 3 is 2. So I have x minus 3, x plus 5, and then that 2x would be on my answer still. Okay, you bring it down. And that matches. So B it is. Alright, number 4, this problem is a little bit messed up. So we're going to change the A to X and the B to Y. Okay, so I have 7X plus 16Y. This negative changes my signs here. So this becomes a positive 2X, and this becomes a negative 5Y. So 7x plus 2x is 9x. 16y minus 5y is 11y. And as you can see, that answer is not over here. So we're going to change it to be D, and just change that negative 8y to plus 11y.